Hello friends, good morning. Today we are going to deal about a topic called dealing with mistakes. Okay, that is people around us, we all make mistakes. So how do I deal with the mistakes of others, or how do others deal with the mistakes of what we are making? I am reminded of one quote which Mahatma Gandhi had said. He had said that real freedom is when you are allowed to make mistakes. I was really contemplating on this statement, and I was able to understand how true, how beautiful that freedom is connected with the freedom to make mistakes. Do we have the freedom to make mistakes? If a child is doing a homework, is the child having the freedom to just do the homework without really not so bothered about the mistakes? Or is there a fear in the child? What if I do a mistake? What if I do a mistake? Will I be scolded? Will I be punished? Is the child doing a homework or is a student doing a project with this kind of a fear inside? Or consider ourselves wherever we are working or whatever it is. When we are doing anything, is there a fear that is haunting in us? Will I make a mistake? Will it go wrong? Is that what is there which is going on in our mind? Then this shows that we really do not have the freedom. Okay, so this is what Gandhi said. So the fear is actually for a student or for anybody for that matter. If you take a housewife, sometimes women at home or people they are so scared even while cooking itself. Will it go wrong? Will I be insulted in front of everybody? Will it go wrong? Will it go wrong? This is what the question that comes to everybody's mind. This is very bad because the fear of getting insulted in front of everybody is actually slavery. That takes away the freedom. Okay, now everybody has got dignity. So we should not think that dignity should be given only to a well-educated person, a doctor, a professor, a scientist. Everybody has their own dignity. A doctor, a professor, a teacher, a principal, a student, even a first standard student. In his own level, he has his own dignity. We need to safeguard that dignity. If when we are trying to insult that particular person in front of others, the child or that person loses the dignity. They avoid doing things because there is always a fear that I will be insulted. So therefore, they avoid doing it. This is one consequence when there is a fear when we are doing certain things. Second is the efficiency comes down a lot. The efficiency comes down. If I am able to do this in a very good manner, because of the fear, I will not do it in the level it is expected. My best part will not come. And the third thing is I'll develop a very poor self-esteem. So these are the consequences of that will happen when we do something with fear that I will be insulted when things go wrong. Okay, but I have seen many places where the teachers as well as the parents think that this is the right strategy. Only when they are insulted or only when they are criticized in front of others, they will learn a lesson. Only then they will not do it again. Maybe they are thinking that that is the right strategy to correct that person, but definitely it is not the right strategy. Okay, so what has to be done? One simple formula is nothing but appreciate people in public and criticize in private. If only every teacher and every parent, everywhere we are working, the employers are able to follow this policy, there will be freedom in people to correct themselves, and there will not be any fear that they will be insulted in front of others. So this will help them to perform better, to do things, and they will not avoid doing things. So this is one policy that we all should have. But at the same time, teachers and parents, you know what they say? If we are criticizing them in private, they will take it for granted. For namesake, they will say, okay ma'am, we will do it. But they will only lie. They will repeat the mistake again and again. That's what they always say. Okay, but yeah, sometimes it might happen like that also. In that case, you will have to again call them separately and tell them, see, I know that you lied. You told me that you will not do this mistake before, but again you have done, but it is okay, but try not to do it again. Okay, still that person will do. Some people it will take a longer time for correction. But what we have to do is we should not lose hope. We have to call them again and again separately and say, I know that you are violating, I know that you are lying to me, you are cheating me, but still please take care. So after a point of time, they themselves will realize and will correct, and that learning will be for lifetime. Rather, when we are insulting in front of others or we are criticizing so much by punishing them or anything, maybe they will learn, but that learning would be temporary only, just to please the teachers or just to please the parents. What do we really want? We want them to learn for a lifetime. So if that has to happen, then we really have to take effort to call them separately and correct them every time they make mistakes. Okay, there is no time limit for it. Some people, they may learn it early. Some of them will take little longer time. That's all. But our intention as teachers and parents is to correct them for a lifetime. Okay, I thought I will also tell this. Why do certain teachers or parents or employers or anybody look at mistakes with a zoom lens and try to project the mistakes of others like anything? The first reason could be that they think that they are perfect. They think that they are perfect, or sometimes they want to project that they are perfect. Okay, and therefore they'll say the small mistake I cannot tolerate at all, because perfection. They try to boast about their perfection, but let me tell you, there is nobody who is perfect. In the world, there is nobody who is perfect. If you think that you are perfect in one area, others may look at it as imperfect. So what you think is perfect may not be perfect for others. So in what way do you judge that you are perfect? So one of the reasons why people are, focusing more on the mistakes or the weaknesses of others is because they think that they are perfect. So first, let's realize that nobody is perfect. Some examples that we can give is that big scientific inventions and theories, which were once thought to be the perfect model, later on it was considered imperfect by people who followed, because a better model came. When we have the mobile phone, when we can see a lot of things which was once considered as the best model, later on it came to be that is not the best model, because best yet to come. So when we think that what we are telling is the right thing, it is not the right thing, it is not the best thing. So that we have to really realize. Okay, so I would appeal to all the teachers and the parents, for God's sake, please don't go behind perfectionism, because it is said that perfectionism itself is a disease that will kill you as well as the poor people who are around you. So please remember that every time you think that you are perfect, remember that nobody is perfect, and you have to allow certain areas for mistakes and weaknesses that will always be there. Okay, and the second reason why people are zooming up the mistakes and the weaknesses of others could be because they are relying on their children, or they are relying on their students' performance for their own recognition or for their own status. Okay, sometimes we have seen teachers or parents telling, see, if you come up in life, it is a pride for me. Or how will I go out and talk to my neighbors if you are a failure? So they are attaching their recognition and their status to the achievement or the failure of their own children or the students. Teachers are very much rewarded if the students get 100% result. So for which they keep on pressurizing the students that they should not make any mistakes, and they torture them like anything. Now, so again my appeal is, please, definitely this happens in all families and especially in schools and other places, where it really hurts the self-esteem of the kids. So the final thing that I would like to tell you is that please see to it that you allow your students or your children to make mistakes. Let them grow in an environment of freedom. They must, when they are doing something, they should not have that fear that I will be insulted by my parents, I will be insulted by my teachers. If you are able to create that kind of an environment, then they will experiment more, they will do more. Let them making mistakes be a learning experience. Let them learn out of it, rather shrink from it. So this is the environment that every teacher and a parent or every employer or anybody for that matter should create in whichever place they are. So the final thing, so let them grow as confident, courageous, sincere and responsible citizens. Otherwise, they will be fake and cheating people. They will cheat you for time being, but then later on they will not be sincere and responsible people. So if you really want our future generation to be confident, courageous, sincere and responsible, let us create an environment where they will grow where without any fear of being insulted in front of others. So thanks for watching. Thank you.